I'm Yaneli, also known as Miss Be Helpful, with another FinCap Friday brought to you by NGPF. Most people know that you can set up a savings account at your local bank or credit union, but did you know that there's actually 4 different types of savings accounts? Yep, you heard that right. There's a traditional savings account, high yield savings account, money market savings account, and a certificate of deposit. So let's explore each of these types of accounts and what they're best for. First up, we have the traditional savings account. This is the old school classic account that most people are familiar with, and it's offered by most brick and mortar or physical banks. They allow you to deposit your money and you can collect interest payments from the bank. That's right, the bank pays you interest. With a traditional savings account, you get much lower interest rates than you would get with other options. That's one of the reasons why recently you've seen these types of accounts get less and less popular. People who only have a traditional savings account are likely to be those who are comfortable with face-to-face banking interactions, or they might just be unaware that they can go open a different savings account to get a lot more interest. That leads us to a high-yield savings account. With the rise of online and mobile banking, high-yield savings accounts have gained a lot of popularity. These types of accounts are offered at most online banks and by some fintech apps as well. They offer significantly higher interest rates compared to traditional savings accounts. And I'm talking about hundreds of times more money back. Like comparing a traditional savings account rate of 0.01% to a high yield savings account rate of 2 to 4% or more. These accounts are best for people seeking a better return on their savings without compromising how easy it would be to access their money. After all, you could just set up a transfer online from your app or from the online banking website to move money from your high yield savings account to your checking account so you can access it within a few days. These accounts often have no fees or low fees and usually come with a really low minimum balance to start. Then we have the money market savings account. This account combines features of both a savings account and a checking account. They typically offer higher interest rates than your traditional savings account, but less than a high yield savings account. Sometimes they'll offer you a debit card, which means that you can access cash right from your savings account at an ATM. Money market accounts often require higher minimum balance to get started compared to a traditional or high yield savings account, but they offer extra easy access to your money. And they're suited for individuals who are looking to earn a slightly higher interest rate while having more access to their savings. Finally, there's a certificate of deposit, also known as a CD. This account allows you to freeze your money for a certain period of time, like 6 months, a year, or 5 years, depending on when you want the money back. In exchange for locking your money up, you get a higher interest rate on that savings compared to a traditional savings account. But there's a catch. Withdrawing your money before it expires in that frozen account means that you will get charged penalty fees. These accounts are best for long-term savers who can afford to leave that cash untouched during that term. For example, buying a car in 3 years, paying for textbooks in a year, or buying a laptop 6 months from now. You can lock up the money that you have so far to make sure that you don't spend it, and you can continue saving in the meantime. This will prevent you from borrowing money or taking on debt just to make that purchase. Now, all 4 of these savings accounts are great for emergency savings or for short-term savings goals because they make it really easy to access your money when you need it, but they're not designed for day-to-day usage. Now it's up to you to decide what you prioritize and helping you decide which account is best for your savings.